just paused in my morning exercise walk. This is a little path going from Watchet towards Willerton. It's a high point up there, but from this point you've still got a decent view of Watchet behind me, so let's have a little little pan. And it's a while since I've been up here. In fact, this path looks narrower than I seem to remember it. Anyway, you can still walk up here quite happily. Farmland over this way. You can just see some of the highest located houses in Watchet. And out there is the Severn Sea. Someone working on their house there with scaffolding. Someone walking their dog on the left. People who know Watchet will recognise that row of trees in the distance there. The railway is in a cutting beyond that. Heading over towards Steepholm in the Severn Sea. Used to be the home of pirates. At one time they actually had a pub on there. And a farm, I believe. And a monastery. Many years ago. Flat home is also out there, but I don't think we can see that very clearly because it's much lower. Let's see if I can zoom into it. Well, I can't see it very clearly on my own little camera screen here. But anyway, there's Flat Home. And Steepholm. And there's a headland at Weston-super-Mare. And that's really the limit of Watchet. We live in that little corner over there by the tall tree on the left. That's panning over towards Willerton. Anyway, I think I'll walk on this way a little bit and perhaps get even another view from the top of the rise here. Again, it's difficult to see clearly on my screen in the sunshine here. Heading more over to the left, we see the tower of St. Declan's Church. Welcome to my video. It's a Monday morning for taking photographs. Yeah. Well, that's on Deckerman's Tower. I just moved to another location now, and we'll pan down looking over Watchet from this angle. There's the Watford TV aerials. So start to see the houses of Watchet now. From another angle, that is really looking over the whole of Watchet out to the Southern Sea, with the Hinkley Point power station in construction in the distance. Weston-super-Mare, the hills in the distance. And just behind me, the fields which used to show the Watchet Music Festival sadly had to be cancelled this year because of the virus. But they put a little display here just to make us smile. Advertising a local charity, which has done a lot of good for a lot of people. Anyway, I think that'll be the end of this Watchet at Watchet video. It's so nice to have had a good couple of weeks of fine sunny weather. There are some views down there through the trees on a very steep slope of what is left of the demolition of the old paper mill. Not much to see, just a lot of rubble. Plans include housing and small industrial units, but not really happening due to the virus. There's a bit of a distant view of some of the remains of the paper mill down there on the left. St Decum's Church, top of the hill. And the vicarage to the right of the church. Down at the bottom of this valley, although this is higher ground than the railway gets to going down into Watchet, there is the railway lines. There they are. And beyond that, the pathway of what used to be the old mineral railway. Another nice place to walk. Well, this is another high point close to Watchet, scanning over the coast of New South Wales. Steep home there again. Those buildings there, by the way, are often thought to be part of an old castle called Dole's Castle, but alas, Dole's Castle doesn't exist anymore. Used to be one here. I think there's just some raised ground where there used to be a castle. Those are old lime kilns that we just looked at. And over here is the coast looking towards Minehead. I think the remains of, or at least the remains of where there used to be a castle, are just up here, but there's nothing to see if you get there. In the distance there we can see Aberthaw Power Station in South Wales. Used to be a cement works. These days it's a coal-fired power station, which I believe the writings on the card to close it because it's coal-fired. They've even got their own railway system in there, it's so big. This is a beach which is very often covered by the tide. At higher tide times it's quite low today, so we'll probably see much more of this beach than you normally would. Butlins at Minehead there, zoomed into. And West Somerset Railway Station is right in the middle of the picture now. Sadly no steam to be seen for a while yet. When we first came to Watchet, we lived in a static caravan just on the edge of the cliffs just over there. Beautiful sunsets from there and sunrises. Miss them because we now got our house at the very opposite end of Watchet. And although we can see some nice sunrises, used to be able to. Building of new houses have now blocked those off as well. But if you like walking in this part of the world, it's nice to know that the coastal path remains open to walkers. We were thinking we miles from anywhere going down this little pathway, but you soon come back out on the main road. Just north of where the road was closed for a time because it was thought it was going to fall into the sea. Because it has done previously. Just over to the left at the moment, looking down on the sea, and you could, if it's not overgrown now with all the undergrowth, you could see traces of the old road. Yes, you still can't see the old road over there, just above those red plants. All that fell in. Not sure when, probably 1960s, 70s. Anyway, no cracks in the road here presently, so I reckon it's safe. They've got automatic sensors there, solar powered. Let people know if it's dangerous to proceed on this road. Plans afoot to build a new housing estate off to the right here and redirect the road in amongst that, but everything's on hold now with the virus, so we don't know if that's going to happen. Well, touring around Watchet this morning, can't resist another look at the state of Watchet Station, the West Somerset Railway. But it's not looking too overgrown compared to some places I've been to. It looks as if some attempts have been made to cut down some of the longest growth here, this side of the rails. In fact, the gardens at the station are still looking quite smart. Well done, Keith and Co. Now it is sad to see the amount of undergrowth coming up in between the tracks now. Apparently the railway no longer owns a anti-weed train, so they can't treat it. I think it's been done recently by outside contractors. But of course all that costs money, and the poor railway is not getting any income now. Still having to pay all its normal bills. It's still a very pleasant little walk over there, this road's trackside walk. It's just sad to see the railway being neglected as it has to be. As they're not allowed to run trains, not allowed to doing any unnecessary, inverted commas, work. I don't believe that any work is going on in the marina now, not with the housing development. Not that the houses are mostly industrial units, and I don't think any work is actually physically going on the wall. We'll get a bit closer and just check to see if that's still the case. Poppies are looking nice over there. There are people working on flowerbirds here, which is nice. I think that's Molly Quint. Let's say these valerian flowers, weeds of course, looking very nice. Here's a building site which hasn't done anything for months. Very low tide today, probably no water at all in the marina. No change from a couple of months ago. If it wasn't so squelchy, it could well be a tarmac surface here. No work physically taking place down at the damaged marina wall either. Just like in the winter months, well wishers of Yankee Jack here, the statue, would leave him a little scarf. And recently people have been leaving masks for the poor chap, but no sooner is one put on Yankee Jack and someone else decides they have a greater use for it and he's maskless at the present time. I saw a painting recently of, instead of the ancient mariner here with a albatross under his wing, was a large albatross with an ancient mariner under its wing. I can remember Watchet when the sea used to come right in to that wall there, but all these boulders were put as a sea defence. Whereas really the biggest danger was over in that corner where the marina wall is given away several times and is awaiting rebuilding. Yeah, because it's such a low tide, we can probably see more of the rocky beach than usual. See the kiddies paddling pool over there. But just around that corner, if the tide's out far enough, you can walk around to a much better, sandier beach. Not very sandy, but there's sand in places. Very just beyond that lookout tower, it's actually a telephone mast these days. There's another beach which has been rather controversial because its small car park has recently been closed. So people are parking in the narrow main road, and that's given rise to quite a bit of aggro.
This one, she's always wandering around this.
Yeah, there's a controversy about parking here to go from the beach.
Yeah, there's been a lot on Facebook about it, hasn't there?
She's taking a photograph of the cars parked there too.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
The police.
Yeah, there was something else about Facebook on about it today.
Yeah.
There was a queue here and everything.
There's someone who's been walking the dog, is it? She own one of those cars now. That's all locked off there.
And those two, that's right, those two were in Watchet this morning. I'm quite nice, loud chatting to everybody.
Of course, this used to be the mineral yard of the old mineral railway. And the railway used to come across the road just there from the station house. Quite a lot of the pubs and restaurants are offering a takeaway service now, which is good. We can actually get Indian meals, Chinese meals, British meals delivered from various locations. Almost back to normal in that respect. This used to be a mill pond. Still got a bit of water coming down the river in spite of it being dry for a couple of weeks. I can hear our resident goose in the marina. Didn't see him earlier. We're at Hurwell Bay now, and the beach that's causing parking problems is that one straight in front of us now, where the little car park that was provided has been taken away and closed off for fears of the cliffs giving away, but I think it's just the council erring on the side of safety. And they didn't want to be fined or taken to court for any damage in there. But where I have seen damage and crumbling away is cliffs over here. Morning. Yeah. Let's see if there's any change in the cliff edge here since I was here probably about a month ago, before this lovely period of sunny weather. Oh right, yes, I think I can see some further bits of the cliff here falling in, having fallen over. Way back there used to be fences all the way along here. Oh, look at that bird of prey up there. Is it big enough for me to zoom in on? No, it's gone now. No, there used to be fences all along here, and they're gradually would fall over the cliff, and I don't think there's any fences left. Yeah, there's that bird again. He's hovering without moving at all in the sky. Yes, I don't think I've ever seen one here before. I expect if we got closer to the edge we could look down and see some of the servicery that's fallen in, but I don't think I'll do that. It's asking for trouble. There's that bird of prey is still hovering over there, diving down occasionally to have a better look. Amazing how they can stay still though, relatively speaking. I wish I'd noticed it. Oh, he's gone down for something. I wish I'd noticed him earlier. That's a nice thing to do in a day like this, isn't it? Relatively calm sea, sun shining, just a light breeze. Lovely. Always amazes me, even in normal times, you don't see many little boats flying up and down this coast. Well, I've enjoyed this walkabout this morning. I hope everyone who's watching has as well. Just before we return home, I just thought I see the condition of the memorial sports field. It looked very dry as I came over this bridge. I just pause, see what the railway's like down under. Rusty brown, of course. And the same the other side. Yes, so the undergrowth is certainly getting that hold there. Look at the state of the playing field over there. No one looking after it with a sprinkler or anything. No longer green. That's a big song for such a little bird.